Hi, my name is Neil Shainbach with Global Med, and today I'm going to discuss and showcase several of Global Med's patient engagement or telemedicine stations. The one in front of me today is our Transportable exam station, which is a 22-inch hard-shelled, secure telemedicine station that's also on wheels for mobility purposes and has an extendable handle when moving from location to location. But the magic of this telemedicine station, and really the solution itself, is what happens inside. You'll notice right away that the top and the bottom both have different characteristics and different parts of the solution to them. On the top, we have a built-in touchscreen tablet that allows and enables Global Med's Encounter platform for the delivery of care to be taken place from anywhere this transportable exam station is located to a physician that could be anywhere within the globe. Also, across the top of the transportable exam station, you'll find an LED light source for those environments that are not well lit to help with offsetting and enhancing the lighting in those rooms. We do have a built-in and integrated microphone and speaker combination with the ability to connect a set of headphones in an audio output so you can privatize the conversation, or for those patients that may be hard of hearing. We also have integrated space for a SIM card or a mobile hotspot. Depending upon your geographic location, we can input whatever company or manufacturer you so choose. Down below the transportable exam station is where all of the medical devices and medical peripherals are housed. We do have the top tray that can actually rest directly inside the handle when it's extended, and below is additional storage for devices such as an ECG with 12 leads, a spirometer, an ultrasound, or other devices. You'll also find that built into the transportable exam station is backup power that will actually power the transportable station for 3 to 4 hours, all on a full charge. We also have built-in USB hubs that can allow you to connect multiple different types of medical devices, whether it be our Total Exam 3 camera, our ECG, our vital signs, or stethoscope. You have 4 USB ports that are built into the transportable station itself. As I close the secure top that allows this transportable exam station, or TESS as we call it, to be fully secured and locked, you'll also know that the station has the ability to be water resistant and weather and dust resistant when in those types of environments. I am going to turn around the transportable exam station and show some of the inputs and outputs on the back. Directly here on the back, we have a power resource that's both 110 and 220 enabled, so whether you are in the United States or anywhere in the globe, you can connect it to your localized power. We also have an Ethernet port, and you'll see all of these inputs are securely and water tightness sealed with the enclosures attached to them. The last output device or output source is for HDMI. The reason we have an HDMI output is so that you can position everything that's on the tablet onto a larger screen, similar to the one that I have in the background in this room, which enables almost any room with a larger monitor to be a telemedicine station with the use of our transportable exam station. Using Global Med's Encounter platform, you can enable this transportable exam station to reach physicians anywhere in the globe. Right now, I'm selecting my patient for the day and scheduling an appointment with the provider so that that provider can see the patient utilizing some of the examination tools such as the total exam 3, total vital signs, the clear stethoscope, and even the total ECG. I'm now scheduling for the appointment for later today. I'm selecting the appropriate physician and the appropriate time that that physician is available and creating an appointment. Once I have the appointment launched for my patient, I can easily launch our video appointment. Once we're into the Encounter video appointment, I can begin my examination as the nurse of the patient, utilizing several of the exam tools that are in the transportable exam station. I'm going to go ahead and remove the total exam 3 from inside the transportable exam station and plug it into one of the 4 USB ports on the transportable exam station. For our exam today, I'm going to use the autofocus and capture some images up close of our patient. Using the variable polarizing hood and attaching it to the end of the camera, along with one of our dermatological touch collars, I can now use to get up close onto the patient's skin. I'm going to represent both patient and nurse in our demonstration today. Obviously, if there was a nurse in the room or somebody else in the room, I could actually do the exam on them. But just to utilize this camera and capture some images, before I do, I white balance the camera on the provided white balance piece of paper that's attached to the transportable exam station. So now using the total exam 3, I can examine the surface of the patient's skin, the external eye. I can look at dermatological conditions such as moles, rashes, etc. And I can even use it for wounds and wound management. I've actually captured an image here on the screen, frozen the frame of the picture or the video that I was viewing on my screen, and now within the Encounter platform I can actually capture a static image of just that. In looking at this mole, I can also utilize the variable polarizing hood that's attached to the camera and polarize the light so I can now see below the surface of the skin and the subcutaneous vascularity that's feeding into that mole. If applicable, the Total Exam 3 also has the ability to attach an otoscope head to the end of the camera. The otoscope head is nicely housed and securely housed within the transportable exam station in its own area with foam padding. I easily take the autofocus attachment off, place it back into the transportable exam station, and put the otoscope head onto the end of the camera. When I do that, the Encounter software immediately recognizes that the camera has gone from an autofocus camera to an otoscope. It changes the icon and now allows me to use this camera as an otoscope. I can articulate the head so that it emulates the exact same angle of a standard analog otoscope, and now use this to look inside the ear or in the nasal passage of my patient. Using a standard specula, I attach to the end of the camera, and I'm ready to do my examination. I will white balance this camera lens as it's a new camera, and now use it to look inside the ear of the patient. And now once I have the otoscope, the image of the tympanic membrane that I want, I can just snap an image from the camera. After I've frozen the image on the total exam camera, I've now captured a set of images within Encounter that make it available for the provider on the other end to view this patient's consult record. As the nurse of the patient, I'm ready to listen to heart sounds and breath sounds as an initial examination of the patient. This can be done both locally, the nurse listening to those heart sounds and breath sounds, using Global Med's ClearSteth solution that's built into the Encounter platform. Once we connect to the provider remotely, the provider on the remote side can also listen to the same heart sounds and breath sounds in real time while guiding the nurse on the placement of the chest piece. I connect the stethoscope chest piece via USB, one of the USB ports on the transportable exam station. Within Encounter, I can launch the stethoscope application, and it's ready for me to listen. Next, I need my headphones on so I can listen to the sounds, whether it be bell or diaphragm frequencies that I'm listening to within the patient examination. You can use over-the-ear headphones such as these that we recommend at Global Med. We also have a set of earbuds that we also recommend when listening to heart sounds and breath sounds. The reason we're so specific with that is because the range of frequency when you're listening to bell and diaphragm sounds from a patient's heart and lungs is precise and requires detail like that. Putting my headphones on, I'm now ready to listen to the patient's heart and lung sounds. With the ClearSteth application built into Encounter, I can now start sending heart sounds and breath sounds. One of the last items in the top portion of the transportable exam station device tray is our Total Vitals multifunctioning vital signs unit. The Total Vitals is Bluetooth and or USB connected. It has the ability to capture blood pressure, pulse oximetry, temperature, and even has a glucometer for glucose readings that can be connected to this device. I can use this device now to capture my patient's vital signs, which is completely integrated into the Encounter platform and allows us to automatically display those vital signs both in real time with the provider that's connected, as well as capturing those as a part of the patient record from the consult itself. Once the Total Vitals multifunctioning vital signs device connects to Encounter, you'll be notified by the Total Vitals icon turning blue. I can now utilize the different attachments to capture, for example, my pulse and pulse oximetry. As I put the pulse oximeter on my finger, you'll see that the information is populated on the Encounter screen for both the nurse locally to see, as well as the provider that connects remotely. It automatically updates as it's updated on the device. Right now, while my oxygen saturation is pretty high, my pulse is also, must be the camera that's filming me, making my pulse race a little. Now that we've touched on all of the different devices that are integrated into the Transportable Exam Station Enterprise version, I hope that gives you a better overview of not only the Transportable Exam Station itself and what can be accomplished with this patient engagement station, but also what can be accomplished with the Global Med Encounter platform, capturing relevant medical data, whether it be for primary care, urgent care, chronic disease management, all within different settings, rural, urban, an oil platform, or a minefield, or even on an airplane. I hope this gives you an introduction into that solution.